This is an object from Black Drones in the Hive. It's a solo exhibition by Montreal-based artist Deanna Bowen. And it was sourced from eBay. It's a reproduction of the much earlier version of the plate or medallion. And I can turn it over so you can have a look. You can see there's the raised text around the perimeter. It's not cast as a solid piece, so the figure in the center there is applied. You can just see it. Its physical properties mirror a saucer, kind of decorative plate, a tchotchke, that kind of object that you might see in a domestic space.
Do you think this object has exchanged hands?
Oh, is it a kind of currency, or has it had a life that may have been like currency? It's hard to know. The box does exist for the object, so when the Deanna purchased the object from eBay, that's a way of sourcing that she has relied on in the past. I believe the reproduction dates from either the 70s or the 80s. And the box wasn't pristine, so somebody may have bought it and held on to it for some time. It's hard to know, though. We speculate on the histories of these objects that Deanna has come across, in part because when they're sourced from eBay, they don't always have those family stories attached to them. So we might be able to do a little bit of research to understand where they were manufactured, or find kin objects in other collections, but there's a lot of speculation too.
Yeah.
So this object and that coin are both souvenirs and a form of currency. The coin adopts that form of currency, like it's the language of money, right? It's copper, it has a relief image on it, and it has the same inscription. And those objects, those coins that mirrored the same plate design, they're contemporaneous, kind of developed at the same time, like the plates, those original plates and those coins. And the tokens were used as a kind of currency to let allies know who's who. If you were an abolitionist, you might pass that coin to somebody else who you suspected was an abolitionist, as a way of saying covertly, like, here's my cause, are you on board, kind of thing. But they also kind of circulate in a time when there are narratives of white savior-dom that complicate everything, right? And so yes, there is this currency, but is there fully an understanding or appreciation of agency? Give black voices, black bodies, black people the capacity to circulate and divine the value of their labor outside of the system that's been defined by white industry. You can see those physical similarities, right? So, like, when we think of tokens, what are we thinking
in this moment?
Exchange.
Exchange. But something that has value, too. Value is largely in the fact that you can see it. So we think about like how tokens function in common parlance when we're talking about individuals. They're visible. A token does not perform its duty if you can't see it. And then on the reverse here,
Wow.
we've got.
It says, so on this top it says chase throughout the world, and then on the bottom, like art, may slavery, something, oppression.
So I think it's reaffirming that abolitionist drive, or that kind of gold.
Also, like around the, there.
outside
What's
edge
that? Yeah.
No?
There's words.
Is there text?
It looks like something may have been engraved, but I can't tell if it's just like where.
Yeah, it's.
Oh, it looks
like something.
Yeah.
Wow.
I never really looked at it that carefully before. We need like a microscope or
Yeah.
something.
Where was this? The token source also eBay, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Belfast. Okay, so hey, that puts us in the UK.
right? So maybe there is a Wedgwood, like, you know, a direct reference to Wedgwood there.
Wow.
Yeah, there were, you know, I have to say, working on a project like Deanna's, there's so much that's revealed in the lead up. Like, there's so much work that you don't see in the actual show. So a lot of that work is reading, is discovery through research. When you see a thing in the show, it's never a solitary expression. It's never an orphan. There is always kin for it somewhere. And if it's not like these two objects here, it's the dramatic staging of Uncle Tom, and then there's a tchotchke plate in another space that reminds you that these narratives also have a kind of capital and value, and they circulate in different ways. So it's rich.